So what we're going to talk about today is data exploration. Explorer being the tool that many users use to do most of their analysis within the BO platform. HANA is now much more prevalent within the entire BI stack, and Explorer is no option. You can do refresh of real-time data, and you can also make sure that your consistency between your Explorer and your HANA model is there as well. You can also decrease our execution times to get data results, which is a primary benefit of HANA. You can also use BW data using SAP HANA as a database now in Explorer. So as you can see in this diagram, your info provider in BW flows into HANA. HANA, you create a extended view or an extension of a generated view, and then you build your Explorer model off of that. You can also do change source in Explorer now. For those who are familiar with web intelligence, this is a great feature. So if you have a universe that has many different dimensions and facts in common, instead of creating a new Explorer model, what you can simply do is change the underlying universe. It'll map the metadata to itself, and then go ahead and move forward and allow you to make changes or tell what objects are, that sort of thing as well. Also, for a lot of people, moving up to 4.1 can be daunting. So to help those people as they ease into information design tool, which we'll cover in just a little bit, UNVs or legacy universes are now supported as well. And one of my favorite features is a free facet, which essentially means that instead of dragging and dropping an Explorer, you can simply click on the Add button to add a facet with a number of different dimensions as opposed to just one at a time. And this is really much more of the Explorer nature of Explorer, allows you to be more control over your exploration. And finally, with all of the BI stack, mobile has become a much more prevalent part of SAP's vision. So Explorer with 4.1 will work with the BI Mobile 5.0 app, and then it's a number of different common functionalities. So password policies, enterprise policies, you can also do annotations, Streamworks, add to your home screen, or even apply the information spaces to categories. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually look at Explorer itself. You can see right now that we are running the server on server 2012. Windows 8 is now supported as well. So what we're going to do first is we're going to talk a little bit about the change sources. We can come to our managed spaces here. It's also available right up here. And you can select a universe that's been built off of, as you can see, a .unv, this eFashion universe. And you can come in and you can change the source. And then you can select a new data source. So in this case, we're just going to create something that's not very much in common, but you may want to use some of it. And so as you can see right here, it filters out my measures for me, so I can do sales revenue. I can map that to hours, right? I can do quantity sold for count of document IDs. And then I can come to facets, and I can open up this, and I can change my year to batch and do all that. And that way the document stays the same. So if you need to replace some objects, if you need to create a new universe, if suddenly your entire KPIs have changed or have different objects associated along with them, what you can now do is you can go back in, manage them, and quickly change some of the looks that you have there as well. Just cancel out of that. And we'll cancel out of this. And so now you can see down here that the eFashion universe is actually built off of this demo universe here as well. So now what we can do, we can come back in and let's look at some of the things that we might have with, let's go to our sales revenue right here. So this is again based on the eFashion database, and you can do anything that you want. So for example, I want to pull in Q1, and I want to pull in for California, and I want to change from occurrences to sales revenue. I can get rid of occurrences because I don't care that much about that. And then I can also choose to do a different group by on it. All right, so I have all of this, and then I can change my my display to an area graph, or if we want to show some historic data with this. And then we can change it to a line chart, and we'll go ahead and choose month, right? Or I can choose month here. Choose categories. And we can see this chart right here. Now, for example, if I wanted to show, for example, only certain categories, you can do the new free facet feature, which by just clicking on here, we'll click on category. And I only want to see t-shirts, cardigans, short sleeves, two-pocket shirts, and long sleeves. And so this allows you to do a much better idea of drilling down, of sorting all this out. Now, for those who haven't seen a later version of 4.0, one of the other things that we can do is we can create a view set right here. Pass these filters on along. We can add a new element at the bottom, and we're going to choose month and category. A category as our drop down here. So now our users can simply click somewhere else and look at turtlenecks. So you can present a view that you want them to see and then allow them to do their own view. What we can also do is that we can also add, for example, I want to add a table here as well, and again I'm going to sort it by sales revenue so that we can see the figures that are presented here. So we can see for month 3 in party pants we have $9,575.40 in sales revenue. And this really allows you to go through the whole thing and kind of build out kind of a dashboard-esque with a lot of drill down capabilities for your users. Now, once you're done with this, you can do a number of different things. I can either add another exploration or I can do a save as here. And I can save it wherever I want. And I can distribute that way just like any other document inside of the BI Launchpad.